guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Denisha Sardine, and if you are new, I am a natural hair and lifestyle content creator, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you some tips to grow slash retain length on your natural hair, and I'm just gonna let you in on a little bit of tea that they normally don't tell you.
We got the first girl, you know the vibes. Got the hills, baby girl, don't cry.
If you see me looking down, I made notes. Yes, I made notes. I did my research. I make sure to do that. All of these tips are tips that I follow, but just to back up what I already know, I did some more research. First tip is to stop using heat frequently. Not stop using heat completely, but stop using it frequently, and that is direct heat. It's okay to flat iron your hair, it's okay to blow dry your hair once you're not doing it every month, every 2 weeks, or maybe every 3 months is a little bit too much. Personally, I would say a good amount of time to flat iron your hair a year is twice. I don't think you should exceed twice a year, but once you know your hair and you get to learn your hair, that is the most important thing. Learning your hair, that should have been my first tip, but we're gonna tie it into using less heat. Blow drying your hair every 2 weeks is just going to damage the ends of your hair, and possibly those damaged ends will spiral all the way up to your root and you might end up bald. I'm not even exaggerating, because the more you apply heat to your hair, the more damage it is going to become, and then you're going to have scrawny ends, which lead to split ends, and those split ends are going to break off eventually if you do not cut them off. But using heat is also okay, especially when you are deep conditioning your hair. While deep conditioning, it's fine. So I use a plastic cap. I spray a little bit of water in it so that it could, the heat can be there, and it could, you know what I mean, if you did science. But I can't really explain it right now. But yeah, using heat is fine once you're not overdoing it, especially when you're using direct heat. For example, when you're in a hooded dryer, it's not so much directly going onto your hair where you're actually tugging or anything like that. It's just there, which is fine. But when you have to blow dry your hair and you're constantly kind of tugging at your hair, and when you're flat ironing your hair, you're constantly having that heat placed on the strands of your hair, that is what leads to heat damage easier. One tip number 2, invest in a microfiber towel. I should have brought mine over. Wait, I don't have the one that you wrap around hair right now. I did laundry, my laundry is like right next to me, but I have this one which is quite big, and I got this from a company called KNOTLESS. I want to give away, and they sent this to me along with the one that you wrap around, but I think that is in the wash, and 2 scrunchies made from the same microfiber material. But if you don't know, I own a store called Hair Lux. Well, a brand. It's more than a store, it's a brand, and we just got in some microfiber towels. I'll put the image over here, and if you want and you're living in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, definitely go ahead and DM us, because microfiber towels will save your hair. When you're using cotton towel, it's constantly pulling and tugging on your hair strands, and that would eventually lead to breakage. So go ahead and invest in a microfiber towel. 1, they are cute. 2, it's easy to just wrap your hair in. 3, it's gonna protect your hair and it's gonna make your hair retain length, so why not? Tip number 3, shampoo your hair. Shampoo your hair. You can't be out here not shampooing your hair and expect your hair to grow. That does not make any sense. So stop listening to people who are like, oh,
shampooing your hair is going to make your hair dry and brittle and then it's gonna fall off.
just stop listening to them, because if you do not shampoo your hair, you're going to get buildup, and if your hair pores are clogged, how do you expect your hair to grow properly? Hair does not grow in a clogged up environment. It needs to be able to get air and breathe, just like us humans. If we're in a clogged up environment, dirty, there's no room to breathe, obviously we're going to suffocate and die. So think of your hair just like how you think of you. Later on, we're going to come back to that same point of thinking of your hair as it comes to you. Find yourself a deep conditioner that does not have sulfates. And I'm not totally against sulfates, honestly, because I use shampoos with sulfates in it. They clarify your hair better than a shampoo without. So I interchange between a sulfate free shampoo and a shampoo with sulfates in it. So find you that balance and you'll be good to go. I'm not against co-washing. I actually like co-washing. Well, the one that I have, I only, as I am coconut co-wash. I'll leave an image here of that. I love that product. It does get my scalp clean, but if I use that every week for 4 months, I was gonna say 4 weeks, but if I use that every week for 4 weeks, trust and believe, I'm gonna have buildup, and it's not gonna be pretty. So if you're using a co-wash, I would say co-wash 1 week, shampoo 2 weeks, co-wash the other week, if that's your drive. I don't co-wash that often. I only co-wash when I am in a hurry. But yeah, shampoo your scalp. Hair only grows in a clean environment. Tip number 4, trim those ends. Trim them. I myself am actually due for a trim, so I have a upcoming, it's kind of far away for you guys, but it's kind of near for me. But I'm going to be trimming my hair in a video, as well as touching up my hair. As you guys can see, the dye is kind of out, but I'm kind of digging this color. I kind of like this color. Let's get back to the tips. See, my mind just be strange sometimes. But trim your ends. If you have ends that are full of single strand knots, they are split ends, that is just going to ease it way all the way up to the roots of your hair, and then your hair is going to be looking very stringy and probably break off. So trim your hair. I would say trim your hair at least 3 times a year. At least 3 times a year. Me, I trim my hair whenever I want to trim my hair. When I see like, okay, I'm seeing more single strand knots, I'm seeing a little bit of split ends, something's happening, that's when I know I'm due for a trim. If you want to go that route, do that, but at least 3 times a year, trim your hair. It's going to grow back, and it's going to grow back healthier. Do not be afraid. And you don't need to take off 5 inches of your hair when I say trim. Literally, trim is just this for me. So don't think of it as I'm going to cut my hair. You're just trimming it. Remember, when you have a tree and you want it to look nice, neat, and healthy, you trim off those dead ends. So do that to your hair. And also do that to certain people in your life, because sometimes they need cutting off too. But anyways, again, I'm straight. Tip number 5, protective styling. Protective styling. And I'm not talking about box braids. I'm not talking about knotless braids. I'm not talking about weaves. I'm talking about protective styling with your own natural hair. I'm talking about twists. I'm talking about with normal braids with your hair. I'm talking about buns. Protective styling with your hair is so important, because if you use box braids every month, your hair is not getting to breathe. One. Two, it's putting tension on your hair. When you use your own hair, there's no tension per se unless you or the person who is doing your hair plats it tight. So for me, as you guys can see, I do not wear braids that often at all. I never had weaves. I'm not against these things. I love them. I love how they look. But for you to be in them 24/7, it's not, no. It's not gonna be growing your hair. It's not. You might think it's growing your hair, but it's not in the long run. You might actually get a little growth because when you have the braids in, you can see a little growth. But what happens to the ends of your hair? Exactly. So, protective style using your actual hair, your natural hair. Again, knotless, box braid, these things grow your hair, but you need to be using your own hair at times, not be living in these braids. And sometimes people have these braids in a long time and they don't even wash them. So again, defeating the purpose. So, yeah, just make sure you wash your hair. Sorry. Make sure you protective style using twists. If you follow me, you can get some ideas. I don't really post that much protective styles with my natural hair on YouTube. I usually do that on TikTok or on Instagram, so go ahead and follow me over there. But if you want to see me doing protective styles using my hair, please let me know and I'll try my best to get that to you. 6. Out of all of the natural hair tips videos that I've watched, I've never seen someone talk about the tools that they use. So I'm taking the opportunities now to let you know, if you want your hair to retain length, you're going to need to use the right tools, as well as if you want your hair to grow. Because I have a tool here, and trust and believe, if you use this tool, you're gonna have some growth. I don't use it that often, and I use it specifically for one thing, but that also helps promote hair growth. Let me show you the tools. First off, a white tooth comb. It could even be wider than this, but this is the one that I have. I've had this my whole entire natural hair journey. This comb is my baby. I don't care how old it is. I love it. I got this while I was transitioning, and it's been here ever since. Although my parts don't always be the cutest, I don't really care about parts. This is what I be using. I use it to detangle, I use it to part, but these days I mostly use it to part and section off my hair. But if I wanted to detangle with this, I could. If you use a fine teeth comb, it's going to break out your hair. Unless you have straight type 1, type 2 hair, you shouldn't be using a fine teeth comb. So get yourself one of these. I also sell these, by the way. So go ahead, check out my shop and get you one. Next, you are going to need detangling brushes. I was gonna say 2, but you only need 1, okay? But I have 2. I got this a couple years back. I have no idea how long ago, but maybe 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, I got this. Love it. One of my staples. I use it. But these days, I've been grabbing this more often. So I also sell these, by the way. If you don't have a detangling brush, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's time to invest in one. These are great for obviously detangling your hair and also defining your curls. I don't do wash and goes that often because it's not really my thing and it takes up a lot of time. It's not a protective style and I'm more of the protective style type of girl. But this, get you one, baby. It's flexible, it is durable, it does what it's supposed to do. You cannot be using, what is that type of brush? I can't even remember. I'll insert a photo, but I can't remember the name of that brush. This brush, is only for Indians and Caucasian people with straight hair. If you're not that, you shouldn't be reusing that brush. Here, I remember in the beginning of my natural hair journey, I had one of those type of brushes. Oh, paddle brush. One of these, okay? Another brush. This video is going so long, but it's okay. I'm helping you guys out, and that's what I'm here for. This is called a shampoo / massage brush. I use it specifically for shampooing because sometimes I don't want to be doing that to my scalp. I just rub it wrong, but you can also massage your scalp with it. I'm not one to always be massaging my scalp. I'm what you call a lazy natural. So I'm very laid back when it comes to massaging my scalp. But if you know that you have a hard time growing your hair, definitely massage your scalp. It is going to work, trust me. Getting one of these is so much better than being like this with your hands. That's tiring. You can literally just do this. You just get some oil and rub it into your scalp and you're good to go. Oil your scalp. Y'all know what I'm about to do. One thing about me, I'm gonna promote my product. So this is my product. This is actually my bottle, so it's almost done. But this is the Hairlux Rejuvenating Hair Serum. It moisturizes dry hair and scalp, promotes hair growth, adds shines, prevent hair loss, and it's for all hair types. So it doesn't matter if you have type 4 hair, it doesn't matter if you have type 3, it doesn't matter if you have type 2, it does not matter. This hair oil is for all hair types. I'm just going to list a couple ingredients in it. So there's extra virgin olive oil, castor oil, sweet almond oil, and we have 2 natural herbs inside of it, and that is rosemary and moringa. Both of these herbs are very, very, very important when it comes to hair growth and preventing hair loss. So if you want a bottle, I actually only have 2 bottles left at the moment. If you want a bottle, go ahead and DM us and we'll be more than glad to tell you a little bit more about our product and how you should use it. It doesn't even have to be my oil, it could be anybody's oil. Once it has the oils within it to help promote hair growth, invest in it, because trust me, it's going to grow your hair. I've been oiling my scalp since I started transitioning. I used to make my own little concoctions, but when I would make those concoctions, those were not always 100%. For example, peppermint oil. I used to put peppermint oil and I used to buy this cheap little tube of thing. I have it in my oil video that I made some while back. Those are not 100% peppermint oil, and it's not that organic. So I would definitely say go for something that is organic. It works better and works faster. All those stuff did work. Trust me, the organic stuff, top tier. So every ingredient that I put into that, organic. Moringa, freshly picked. Rosemary, freshly picked. So go ahead and check that out. Oiling your scalp, you need to do it about like 2 to 3 times a week. You don't want to get too over excessive with this. As I said before, I have low porosity hair. Hair is prone to build up, so I don't use it too often. I use it when I feel like, yes, Tanisha, your scalp is looking dry, let's add some on it. Moving on to our next tip: moisturize your hair. If you're not moisturizing your hair, it's going to be dry, and if your hair is dry, it's going to break off. So make sure you find a moisturizing product that works for your hair. Everything that I say here, it comes back for it working with your hair. I have a couple videos of me reviewing different products. If you want to go ahead and check those videos, you can do that. Y'all will see. Watch the end of the video. On the end screen, I'll leave my hair videos, curly hair videos playlist, and you can go ahead and check those videos out. But Get your moisturizing product. Research as much as you can before purchasing a product. Obviously, if it works for her hair, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for your hair. Even if it works for your hair, doesn't mean it's gonna work for her. You gotta essentially test it out for yourself. But I would definitely say watch the reviews so you can get an idea. 9. Eat healthy. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. That one is a hard one for me, but I'm trying. I have a list of foods, so I'm going to be looking down, that help with hair growth. If you want to be more health conscious about what you eat, so that you can, you know, get some hair growth going. So spinach, I love spinach. I actually have spinach in front of my yard. Nuts, so like peanuts, almonds, all that good stuff, they promote hair growth. So it's not that hard to add these things into your diet. You could get a spinach salad, you could make spinach bakes, you could make a smoothie and throw some spinach in it. You could do that with nuts as well. Eggs, well, if you didn't know, I don't like eggs. I don't eat eggs, but if you're into eating eggs, if you like eggs, definitely those help promote hair growth. The protein in that is what helps with the hair growth. You can do more research on why these things help with hair growth. There's sweet potatoes, which I eat. I don't want to say a lot, but I eat it quite often. Cinnamon, that is also good for hair growth. It regulates blood circulation in your scalp. Avocado, well, eating it, I love avocado. That is going to help with hair growth. You don't even have to eat it if you don't like it. Same thing with eggs. You can make a little mask and apply it to your scalp, not scalp, to your hair, and you're good to go. So you don't necessarily need to eat all of these things if you don't like them, but I'm pretty sure there's something on that list that you would like. And most importantly, drinking your water. I've noticed that now I'm drinking a lot of water. My skin is healthier, my nails is healthier, my hair is healthier. So definitely be on drinking your water. My last tip and my most important tip is to have patience. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your hair. Your hair is gonna grow, but if you keep on stressing over hair growth, stressing does not promote hair growth. I hope you guys know that. So stop the stressing and just breathe and relax. In a wink, your hair is going to grow and you won't even notice it because you're not over obsessing over hair growth. So stop the stressing and just be patient with yourself. Be patient with your hair. Just love you, accept you for who you are, and trust me, things will go the way they are supposed to go. And that includes your hair and your mental health. You are not going to be a healthy person if you're just constantly stressing, whether it be over hair growth or anything else, and that would eventually cause hair loss or breakage in your hair. If you didn't know, stress causes a lot more problems than solving them. So go ahead, relax, follow the tips that I just gave you, breathe, and keep it pushing, and trust me, your hair will grow. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any other hair tip, leave them in the comments down below and share it with us. We're a family, and I'm open to getting tips from y'all, and I'm pretty sure that every person watching this video would want more tips if there are any out there. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Keep praying, God is always on time. God first, go, you know the vibes.